Hello YouTube viewers, random Thor fans. Today I'm here to review this, which is the Marvel Select movie Thor figure, and here it is in its packaging, which we'll start off and talk about first. So as you can see, along with all the other kind of Marvel Select figures you have out there, the box is massive. Now this is of course a plus and a minus. The plus of course being that you can see the figure here from all different angles and all different sides in the store before you buy it, so that is a plus. The minus side is of course if you are a collector who likes to keep figures in their box, this thing is massive and it will take up a lot of space on your display stand or your shelf. So for a figure this small, the size of the box is quite big actually. So that's kind of a downside. Marvel Select logo there, Thor logo there, Marvel Studios Thor, the Mighty Avenger, and pretty much some information there. Special collector's edition action figure with a highly detailed base, which is wonderful and kind of a lie, but we'll talk about that a little later on. Of course, picture of Mjolnir, the mighty hammer of Thor. Taking a look around the side of the box here. As you can see, there is a picture of Chris Hemsworth as Thor with Mjolnir there, sort of lit up, and Marvel Studios Thor, the Mighty Avenger. And around the back of the packaging here, pretty much as you can see, is sort of detailed with the usual information. So as you can see, the Thor logo there. Thor with the completed base, and the other sort of figure in the set there being Loki, and just kind of a little sort of bit of information there about Thor. Avengers Assemble logo there, and official movie merchandise, and all the sort of usual phlebotomy down the bottom. So pretty much like I was saying before, around the rest of the packaging you're not going to be seeing much there, but you can sort of get a look at the figure at different angles, which is certainly a plus. So that's pretty much Thor in his box. Now let's crack him open and take a look at him out of his box. Okay, so here we have the Mighty Avenger out of his packaging, and as you can see, detail-wise, he does look quite nice. As you can see, you can take a look at the hair there and see that it's detailed really well. You can see even the whole way around the back of his head there. The face sculpt, it too is quite nice. You can sort of see the resemblance there to Chris Hemsworth. Well, at least I hope you can anyway. Yeah, there you go. The beard, the eyes, the nose, all detailed very well. Now, of course, not the best kind of detail, but still is pretty damn good. Taking a look on down here at the sort of top section here, you can see his armor detailed really well there. You can kind of see hints of blue in through the grey. All detailed really, really well. Even on the neck there, you can kind of see his neck muscles, which, yeah, it's really, really nice. Even the arms here too, you can see each little sort of muscle there has been individually detailed, and this goes the whole way around the back too. And I love the sort of design there. Like, there has been a lot of effort put into this. Even down here at the hand, you can sort of see there that like the sort of red material comes through just like in the film. So that's quite nice as well. And you know, the hand sculpt isn't perfect. As you can see, it's kind of sculpted into a fist, but at the same time, you know, it's still quite nice, but could have been a little bit better detailed. Around the other hand here as well, as you can see, you've got him in a kind of sort of clenched sort of OK sign, and of course that's to fit his hammer into as well. But again, detailed kind of okay, could have been a little bit better. And taking a look down here at the trousers as well too, or the pants if you're American, you can kind of see the folds of material in there as well, bits of silver kind of brushed in there. You know, it really does look kind of nice. You can sort of see the knee guards there too, the bits of red on his boots, even the whole way around the back here too. You can kind of see the sort of detail there on his back too, and the whole way down the backs of his legs. So yeah, really nice. The cape is detailed really, really wonderfully too. You can kind of get those kind of folds and stuff in there as well. All really nice. Now, of course, this is molded plastic. I would have much preferred it had this been a sort of material cape. I do prefer those over plastic, but still very nice too. Very heavy as well, so can make Thor kind of back heavy sometimes, but I kind of use it as well to sort of pose him. So as you can see there, you can kind of lean him on his cape, and that keeps him upright. As far as articulation goes, well, his head does rotate 360 degrees, as you can see there, and kind of up and down a little bit, but this is, again, hindered by his hair. His arms do have a sort of join here, which allows them to spin 360 degrees, but it's very, very restricted, and they kind of go up and down, but they don't fit flush against the side, which is kind of a shame. There is a sort of join here at the elbow, which allows it to spin kind of 360 degrees there, which is kind of a little weird and kind of awkward, and it does bend 90 degrees in and out there as well. And then, of course, he has 360 degrees rotation there at his wrist, so not really too great. Same for the other arm here as well. He does have some waist articulation here. As you can see, that spins 360 degrees, but it kind of is again restricted because of these little sort of parts here around his belt. So that's kind of annoying too, and it kind of feels like you would damage it if you kept doing that a lot. Down here, he's got this really kind of weird, kind of almost Tron Legacy deluxe figure thing going on, because you know, the sort of the leg here is rotatable 360 degrees at the pelvis here. Does kind of come out and go up, but it's kind of really awkward and really weird, so I don't really like that. The knee can sort of bend, but you know, you're kind of afraid of bending it too much in case you kind of snap it off there, because you know, it is very, very restrictive. And then, of course, down here, you've got the foot articulation here, which goes through 60 degrees and kind of up and down a little bit. So, you know, steady but not spectacular as far as articulation goes. As far as accessories go, Thor doesn't actually come with much, but of course one accessory that is mandatory is of course this, which is Mjolnir, his trusty little hammer. And this is detailed quite well. You know, it could have been a little bit better detailed, but at the same time, it is quite nice. Would have been nice if it had the whoever holds this hammer shall possess the power of Thor written there, but of course, like, you know, this isn't a Hot Toys toy, so I wasn't really expecting that. But what you do get is the kind of little Asgardian symbols all kind of around the edges of the hammer there, which looks really, really wonderful. The detail's nice, even around the top there too. You can see that little circly bit there, and underneath too, you can also see the handles detailed really well too, kind of wrapped in leather with that little sort of hook down at the end there. So really, really happy with Mjolnir. It's you know, its detail is fair at most. Now, of course, with that little hook attachment there on Mjolnir, it would have been absolutely wonderful to do, like, obviously what happens in the movie, and have Thor kind of grab this sort of little thing here between his thumb and fingers and sort of have it hanging as though he's kind of swinging it there. That would be nice, but of course the thumb and fingers here are joined and molded together, so you can't do that, which is kind of a shame. But I suppose what you could do is kind of sort of put this strap over his hand. Let me see if it fits there. Yeah. And kind of hang it like that, but you know, then again, he kind of looks like a granny holding a weird kind of shopping bag, so that's kind of out of the question there, which is kind of a shame too. But of course, to have him wield his mighty hammer, you kind of have to squeeze these sort of two bits here together and just pop that right through his hand here. It's kind of awkward, and there we go. And as you can see, he grabs it quite well, and with sort of Thor holding the mighty Mjolnir, you can have him in various different little poses. I kind of like that one there. It looks really good. Now, the base that you get with Thor is this, which is kind of really annoying and very, very simple. Of course, this is part 1 of 2, because if you collect the Loki figure, you can get the sort of sword section there as well, which sets it off and really makes it look great. But the trouble is, you know, I don't want Loki, I just kind of want Thor. So pretty much for all of you who just want Thor, you're kind of just getting this, which is kind of a shame and kind of really annoying. I suppose you could kind of have Thor stand on it like this and kind of put it on display like that, but again, there is a hole kind of in the middle there that shows it up, and at the same time, I'm not really a big fan of bases. They tend to take up too much room on my display shelves, so I kind of just prefer Thor on his own, and maybe like just kind of keep this in its box, really. As far as size comparison goes, well, here we see Thor next to the Marvel Select Mark 6 Iron Man figure, and as you can see, they're pretty much around the same height and the same scale. Definitely a great scale for the rest of the Marvel Select figurines. So all in all, what do I think of this figure? Well, I like it, and I think it's definitely fair anyway. Now, of course, the detail, the articulation could be better. The box is massive, so all you collectors out there who like to keep them in their boxes, this one's going to cost you a lot of space on your shelf or your display stand anyway. It only comes with half a base, which is so annoying. I hate whenever figures and playsets do that. It's so annoying because it means, of course, it's a giant merchandising ploy. You have to go out and buy the other figure, but the thing is, I didn't really like Loki, you know, like obviously the guy who played him was actually excellent, but you know, he didn't give me such an impression that I wanted to go out and I just felt the need to own him like I did with Thor, so that's kind of a shame too. But all in all, for the price, anyway, detail wise, this is nice, and obviously, you know, it's not as excellent as, like, for example, the Hot Toys Thor, which of course, it costs a lot of money, and for that price, obviously, you do get a lot of detail. But you know, I'm not willing to pay that amount of money for the Hot Toy store because, of course, I've got bills and other boring adult stuff to worry about. So that's kind of a shame. But yeah, for the price anyway, this looks really great. It's a nice size. It's obviously in scale with the other Marvel Select figures, and it looks really great on my display stand. So that's all I kind of care about. So basically, if you're a fan of Thor but you can't afford the Hot Toys figure, go for this one because, like, obviously even like the little pose you can put him in, he does look excellent on your display stand. So yeah. So thanks very much for watching this review. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there's countless more reviews online. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.